Welcome to day 2 of 30 in this content creation challenge that I am doing. And today, I would like to tell you a story. See, once upon a time, there was an orange cabin with white shutters tucked away in the back of a church campground. This quiet, cozy little cabin had no one in it, when all of a sudden, a young boy decided to kick in the front door. Said boy, earlier in the day, after playing with his friends and having lots of fun doing all of the things that you would do at a church camp, decided to shave off the top layers of skin on his elbow. And walking towards service for the evening, he happened to pass his mother, and his mother, being a good mother, decided to look at him and notice the small trickle of blood coming off of his arm and say, "Wash." So, without any protest, the young boy decided to run to the orange cabin with white shutters and kick in the shallow screen door. After he had done so, he had also been given instruction that there were cleansing, disinfecting wipes in the cabinet inside of the bathroom. So he continues to walk into the bathroom. He opens the medicine cabinet that sits right above the sink. He notices a box on the top shelf that is individually wrapped small wipes, and he pulls one out. And then he goes to open said wipe, pulls out the small towelette. But here's where things get interesting. Because as the boy decides to take that wipe, he decides to rub it across his arm. And when he rubs it across his arm, immense, searing, and unimaginable pain goes through his arm. In fact, not only did it go through his arm, it went up into his shoulder, into his chest, and probably all the way down to his toes, because he fell to his knees, crying out in agony. Now, of course, one would expect that that was probably enough to do exactly what the boy was hoping to do, clean his wound, right? But, being a 90s child who had to deal with hydrogen peroxide, he decided that if there was pain, it probably meant that it was cleaning something. So he looked at his arm, and he looked at the wipe, and he decided, well, if there's something that needs to be cleaned, I should clean it some more. So he did. He decided to take that wipe and brush it just ever so much onto his elbow again. In unbridled pain, the boy thought to himself one last time, I can endure through this. If my arm needs to be this clean, I will do it. So the boy did exactly what you're hoping he did. He took the wipe, and he wiped over his wound yet again. This time, sending him completely laying down onto the floor, unable to control the amount of pain going through his body. Eventually, after the pain had subsided, the boy decided that that was enough, threw away the wipe, and took a look at his arm. What had once been a small red mark across his elbow now was a pink, puffy mess. So the boy went back to the box of wipes in the cabinet, and that was when he found out that the box of wipes that he had taken was not the box of the disinfecting wipes that his mother had so clearly told him about. Yes, the box was in the cabinet. Yes, it was in the cabin where he needed to go. And yes, they were in individual packages with small wipes. However, the wording on the box was not disinfectant wipe. It was mosquito repellent. The conclusion of the story is quite simple. That wound, which should have taken a mere few days to begin the healing process and start looking much better, actually ended up taking about a month to start looking better, because the boy had infected himself with a medicine that was never going to heal his wound. As the boy in the story, me, I learned very quickly that not everything that looks the same actually works the same. And what I thought was going to be a medicine for my arm to heal faster and to keep it clean ended up being something that poisoned it and actually made it worse for a longer period of time. When we're dealing with wounds and we're talking about them in our own life, often we have a tendency to go and grab mosquito repellent that we think is medicine, right? Whether it be friends or fame or position, power, relationships, addictions, you name it, the world's got it, and it offers it in all sorts of different forms. But the reality is, your wounds, no matter how they came about, no matter who did them or what caused them, are a central part of your story, and they matter. Just like your story matters, just like you are important, those wounds helped shape you. And when you grab repellent and you jam it into your arm, thinking that it's going to be a salve, a balm that makes it better, what we end up doing is prolonging the issue and causing even more pain often. So as you go about sharing your story with other people, sharing your passion to other people, and sharing your wounds with other people, make sure that you're putting medicine on it. Make sure that you've found the right thing to actually heal that. And if you haven't found it, that is a great, great, great conversation to start. And I would love to have it with you. Find the medicine. Read the box. Don't grab the repellent, because no matter how many times you put it on, just like I figured out, it's never going to make it better. Day 2.